Thanks for doing this for me.
Sure.
Gotten a few negative responses from this project, so it's nice to have a willing character. I'm doing a project for my philosophy class. Basically, we're just trying to get a general consensus of people's opinions on death.
Of death?
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 Death.
Like people die?
What are my thoughts on death?
Death is an infinite source of life.
What?
That's heavy, man.
Death. First thought that comes in mind is probably a depressing thought.
What, death? What is death?
Death.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's inevitable and it is what it is.
Death.
What do I think of death?
I don't really, to be honest with you.
You can't put the camera on me while I think about this right now. My opinion of death. My opinion of death is that, like, it's obviously something that people are aware of, and everybody's aware of it, but we put it out of our minds and focus on other things, whether it's love, art, just whatever, even your job, anything you find, and through that you escape death until it finally catches up with you.
I think death can be a beautiful thing. Just over these many years, people have portrayed it to be this very dark, bad, sad, just nothing but negative. But we don't really know. And I think it could be a great thing, honestly. Because I do believe in the soul, and I do believe in karma. I do believe in reincarnation. So I think it can be a great thing.
Death. First thought that comes in mind is probably a depressing thought, but also could be looked at it as a bunch of different ways. I guess my second thought would be a secondary kind of life, a start of a whole new beginning, but it's translated differently through different cultures and religions, but I just believe at it as I guess an end to your normal everyday average life here with whatever purposes you fulfilled or goals you reached, and the finale is eventually dying. I don't believe in reincarnation. Is that what it is?
Okay.
Yeah, I can believe in that. I don't think you come back as a butterfly or a dog or a fucking other human.
I don't know, it's kind of odd. Like, I actually look forward to it.
Look forward to it?
Yeah.
Why
I
is
look
that?
forward to growing older. I don't know, sometimes you grow tired of this place. And it's kind of like masochistic. I don't know. I'm not afraid. I feel like I've lived my life, every day as best that I can.
You just look forward, just something
It's a natural thing. My grandma died a few months ago. I didn't even cry. I expected it, I expected it.
Well, I mean, where do you start? You could write a million novels on it. It's I used to think that it was very definite and the end.
Mm-hmm.
But now, when you think about it, when you think about everything as black and white, or in the world of opposites, that, I think death is just one end of this cycle of when nighttime and daytime, it's just a reoccurring cycle, and kind of very similar to what Hindus and other religions believe, that it's just reoccurrence.
That's we cannot escape from it, and we don't know when is it. But that is something that I believe in, that people have to expect that anytime, and it is in my nature of my business that I provide solutions for the breadwinners if something happen, protect their income to their family. And I believe that
Do you fear it by any chance? Do you
fear,
yourself fear
no, I
it?
don't fear from that. I fear from the loss of that person, that when we lose somebody, we cannot see them anymore. That's the loss. But the fear of that, oh, I expect that anytime. But I don't like to leave something behind that they will suffer.
Right.
Are you like are we gonna get a little more specific here, or just death in general? Death in general, really.
Are you afraid of it?
Am I afraid of death?
Yeah.
I guess the only reason I'd be afraid of death is because I feel like I've yet to accomplish what I'd like to. So it's kind of like reaching a finish line without feeling like you did your best. Right? Well, personally, I think it's just pretty much the end.
Wait,
Cut,
can you do that again?
I don't really feel there's an afterlife or anything like that.
Make that hand motion again.
Cut and over.
That's the end of. That's what death is.
Yeah.
All right.
What about death? It's an inevitable part of life. That's what I think. I mean, you can't avoid it. It's scary.
So you're afraid of death.
I'm not afraid of death because I know it's there, so I've accepted that. I'm afraid of dying young.
I'm not afraid of death. Death is something that occurs every day. It's something that that we need to talk about, you know, and something that needs to be like brought up. I mean, I believe in a God, and I believe that that there is an afterlife, and that in our case, in my belief as a Christian, that I am living actually for death, and like I am actually living for the purpose of eternity. I'm not actually living for really what the rewards and the treasures are of this world, but for what the rewards and treasures are for that world that is to come.
So for me, religion hasn't really played a big role in a lot of my ideologies thus far. So I think that's why it's more of a it's a passive thing. I don't see it as anything big. I don't even see it relative or correlating parallel to life even. I think it's just another event.
I guess after reading up on a lot of things and experiencing things and just listening, being open-minded, you just realize that death is a natural, part of life, and there's really no telling what happens after death. I don't think anyone can really say that you do go to heaven or you go to hell or good and evil, whatever it is you believe, but I guess until you get really close to it or it actually does happen, there's really no telling what death really is other than life not existing.
Okay, no, being straight with you, I've told other people, I accept the fact that I don't know at all, just like in regards to religion, I don't know what it is, and I'm willing to accept that fact. So I'm not trying to determine what it is. I'm willing to accept everybody's conclusion and not denounce it, but I don't think that necessarily means it's true or false. I'm just willing to accept the fact that I don't know, and it's past my comprehension.
Yeah, no, I'm not. It's a funny thing. It's like you got to do it, and maybe you should look forward to it, because it's imminent. Plan for it. Some people do plan for it, but in general, I don't have. The problem is I don't have the time for it right now. I'm a little busy. I'd like to think about it more than I do. Actually, no, there's various forms of death. Can we talk about that for a second?
Please do.
Yeah. There's a very important death, even more important than mortal death, and that would be ego death in Eastern philosophy. And if you can't rise to that, you are profoundly lost. More lost than me. And that's a tough one, to die that death, that clinging to identity. It's a tough one. But that's why a lot of people watch TV, I think, because they don't want to do that. If they did that, they would be producers of their own fun. They would be more producers of their own fun, but failing to, as we're always looking to project a fictive ideal of themselves elsewhere and see that reflected back is a failure to die the ego death. And only in dying that death can you really become conscious in the Jungian sense of the shadow that is the other side of consciousness.